Well, hello, all of my students. I hope you're having a fantastic day. My name is Jay, and welcome back to the channel where I have the opportunity to help you improve your English comprehension, vocabulary, and your English fluency. Well, as you can see, I am not in my home office. I am in another hotel room. I am on the road with my wife, and we're taking a little time off. And in my haste, I forgot some of my equipment that I normally use to film English lessons for you. So today, the sentences will not be on the screen, but you can follow along as I will put today's story down in the description of today's lesson. Also, I did post a new conversation and story on my Parlay with Jay channel, so be sure to check that out. And I usually don't use my Instagram channel that much. You guys don't really go there. So I may post some pictures there this week or here on the YouTube channel for you to see what's going on. So follow me along down in the description. I have today's story posted. Let's go through today's story. I will read it all the way through. You can follow along with me. And then I will talk about some of the key vocabulary words and phrases in today's story. Laurence was feeling down as he navigated the challenges of finding a job. Actually, I'm not going to read it all the way through. I'm going to stop and talk to you about some things that I see. So, Laurence navigated. To navigate means to go through something, okay? To turn, to find direction. You can navigate a ship. You can navigate a car. You can also navigate the challenges, the ups and downs in your life. And so that's what Laurence is doing. He's moving through, trying to solve problems, navigating. With unemployment rates sky high, especially for people with disabilities like himself, every job application seemed like a long shot. So notice, Laurence noticed that unemployment rates were sky high. So sky high is a word that we use to describe something being high or expensive or a great percentage. So for instance, when we left Georgia, gas rates were $2.89 a gallon. And when we got to Las Vegas, the gas prices are $4 a gallon. So we would say the gas or fuel rates are sky high, okay? So they're expensive. Notice the next sentence here. Well, no, in that same sentence, Laurence describes his journey of finding a job with a disability as being a long shot, So that's a word we use to describe, or a phrase we use to describe something that is highly unlikely to happen, okay? When you go to a casino, playing certain games to win money is a long shot, okay? It's set up for the casino to make money. So most people eventually lose money. So leaving a casino with a profit is a long shot. Or you might say one presidential candidate has a long shot in order to secure a victory or win. Okay, it's highly unlikely that something is going to happen. Let's find out what happens with Laurence. Determined not to give up, he took a nothing ventured, nothing gained approach and even applied to be a stunt double despite never having done a single stunt in his life. So notice this phrase, nothing ventured, nothing gained. So that's a phrase that we use to describe taking advantage of an opportunity. Little risk, we say, little reward. Great risk, great reward. So Laurence was thinking that he needed to do something in order to secure a job. Again, nothing ventured or nothing done, nothing gained. You know, one popular phrase that we use is no pain, no gain. Okay? Let's find out what happened. To his surprise, he got an interview. At the studio, the casting director eyed him skeptically, saying, "Have you ever jumped out of a moving car?" So when someone eyes you with skepticism, they're looking at you with doubt or uncertainty or unbelief. So the store owner watched the kids with skepticism or watched them skeptically, thinking they might shoplift. So someone is looking at you with uncertainty. It's funny, when we arrived here at our hotel, it has a gift shop downstairs, and I had to wait in line for about 45 minutes before we could check in. And my wife was sitting waiting with a friend, and while they were talking, she told me that she noticed someone go into the gift store and steal a purse. They put it up under their shirt and walked out, and no one said anything or approached the person. So she told me that the cashier was busy on their phone, not paying attention. So they didn't have any skepticism. They certainly had no idea what was going on. But when you go somewhere, you keep a lookout on your surroundings and you have skepticism. Okay? I keep my hand in my pocket because I'm skeptical. I don't want someone to pickpocket me or steal from me. Okay? Laurence, trying to stay cool, shrugged. So when you shrug, you just, nah, okay. And replied, "Does a skateboard accident count?" After a few laughs and a little persuasion, the director asked him to show what he's got. So a little persuasion, you have to talk someone into doing something. You're trying to convince someone, okay? You're trying to lure someone from one position to another, persuade. And notice he says, the director says to Laurence, "Show me what you got." So that's a phrase we use to tell someone, demonstrate what you can do. Show me what you got. Okay, if you can speak Spanish, show me what you got. If you can ride a bike, show me what you got. So demonstrate it. Let's continue. In a hilarious twist, hilarious or funny twist, a turn, Laurence stumbled over a prop where he tripped. He was clumsy and accidentally set off a chain reaction, causing studio lights to crash down in spectacular fashion. So, a prop. What is a prop? So a prop is something that you use to convey a message, or something that people use in a studio when they're recording. So this camera lens is a prop, or could be a prop. My phone could be a prop. Okay, that lamp behind me, it's a lamp, but it's a prop. It helps give decor to the room, okay? A prop. Now, notice he accidentally set off a chain reaction when he stumbled over the prop. So a chain reaction is a word or words that describe one thing causes an effect on something else, and that causes an effect on something else, a chain reaction. So if a car was behind Laurence and it hit him from behind in the rear, it would set off a chain reaction, and Laurence would move forward and hit the car in front of him, and then the car in front of him would hit the car in front of him, a chain reaction, okay? Kind of like dominoes that fall. It hits one, that one falls. It hits another, that one falls. A chain reaction. Okay, we're almost done. Though he didn't get the job, the director was so entertained that he recommended Laurence for a comedy gig. Okay, he recommended. So he offered him another opportunity. I recommend. Okay, let me tell you about something else. A gig. Usually you hear artists, musicians use that term. A gig is just a paying event. I'm looking for a gig. I'm looking for a job or something that can give me an opportunity to make some money. A gig. Let's conclude today's story. Laurence left the studio, his confidence boosted or increased, and his spirits lifted. He was encouraged. Not every setback was a defeat. Sometimes it was a door to a new opportunity. So a setback, I've talked about that in previous stories. A challenge. So you're trying to move forward or be successful and you encounter problems. That's a setback. So let's say you're trying to save $500 and then you get 4 flat tires on your car. Now you have to take that $500 and go buy some new tires. That was a financial setback. Okay? So you would say to someone, I'm trying to save my money, but I keep having setbacks or challenges. And that's a part of life. When you look at this story that I put together about Laurence, one thing we learn is that no matter what you go through, you must persevere, be diligent. You know, you'll experience challenges, but if you keep at it, you'll eventually reach your goal. So that's going to do it for today's quick English lesson. Again, I put today's story down in the comments or the description, and you can study it, read along at a later time. So I hope you have enjoyed today's lesson. Be sure to share today's lesson with a friend that's trying to improve their English. And again, as always, thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope you join me later this week for my next English lesson. I'll see you then.